All right, people, what's going on? Just a quick video. Pittsburgh is going to be a tough game. Pittsburgh's front seven is a beast. Oh, this is Philly fan 1987 with Bleeding Green Daily. Pittsburgh's front seven is a beast. It seems like almost every play they are in the backfield wreaking havoc. Whether they are bringing your running back down behind the line of scrimmage for no gain, or whether they're in your quarterback's face, making it hard for him to see the passing lanes and get the throw off. We are going to want to see more of last week from Carson Wentz, making quick decisions, getting out of the pocket, rolling out of the pocket, play action. Yeah, we definitely need to see more of that Carson Wentz. Read option. That's what I was thinking of. Play action, read option, rollouts, screenplays. This is a very aggressive defense who is going to be aggressive all game, and we have to slow that aggressiveness down with some screenplays, with some play action, with some read option, and with the rollouts. Carson looked a lot more crisp last week against the 49ers with all of those things. We saw him fake out the defense with some rollouts, with some read option, and I think that's definitely what we're going to have to do this week. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of deep shots there, because I don't know how long this line is going to give us to really take those shots down the field that we want to take. So if the defense can't hold, and the reason I say that is not because they haven't been playing well, but because of the communication that's going to have to take place, because Pittsburgh likes to do a lot of stunts, twisting and stunts. And if we're not prepared to deal with the twisting and stunts, if the communication is not there, it can get bad really quickly. So we definitely need to get the ball out quickly, take our shots when we can, but get the ball out quickly. So definitely got to watch out. We do not want a confident Carson Wentz reverting back to the guy that we saw the first game, or the second game, or even the third game. So we definitely have to be aware of those things. When we're on defense, our pass rush has been murderous, and I hope it continues. Standing up guys like Burnett and standing up guys like Avery have been saving grace for guys that we weren't sure of as pass rushers. They're looking amazing. We're looking to, it looks like we could have 68 sacks at the rate that we're going if we can continue up that momentum. The guys in the middle, Fletcher Cox, Malik Jackson, Hargrave, these guys can be wrecking balls and a force to deal with if we can keep them consistent and keep them coming after the quarterback. Include Josh Sweat in that as well. And I don't know how I forgot about Brandon Graham. But yeah, if we can get this rotation going and keep it up, we can definitely wreck some games and keep us in some games that most people wouldn't count us into. Definitely going to need that next week as well with Lamar Jackson. But sticking with Pittsburgh, Big Ben has been looking pretty good on offense. Connor looks pretty good. Juju looks like he's having himself a better season this year than he had last year. Deontay Johnson, Claypool, the tight ends, everyone looks pretty good on that offense. Deontay Johnson is the problem. He is a second-year receiver who does not look like a second-year receiver. He looks like a veteran who is cerebral. The way that he runs his routes, the way that he gets separation, it looks like over time he could become an elite receiver. So we really have to watch out for him, because he can wreck this game for us. Yeah, so we had to be on our A game. Pass rush has to get there. The corners have to hold. Jalen Mills has to hold, because I don't know whether they're going to put him on Juju or put him on Deontay Johnson. With how good Deontay Johnson looks, I might put Darius Slay on Johnson and let Mills at least hanging with Juju, because Juju's not really an elite separator. So I would take my chances with him and have a safety over the top. But yeah, it's a tough game. It is going to be very tough. Hopefully our special teams can give us good field position. Hopefully Carson Wentz can limit the errant throws or the interceptable balls, so that we can have a fighting chance in this game. I'm expecting this game to be low scoring if both defenses show up and wreak havoc, like I believe both teams will show up and wreak havoc. It can get really bad for us if Carson Wentz is not as sharp, if not sharper than he was at the 49ers. If our receivers aren't getting open and getting to places where they need to be to catch the ball. Good news, it sounds like D-Jax and Alshon Jeffrey are going to come back. And if they are coming back, it gives us some receivers who are more of a threat in terms of the defense guarding people. And they might send a little extra attention in those two receivers' directions if we can get them both on the field. And if we can get them both on the field, it'll take some attention off of some of our younger guys who've been doing well, giving them a chance. I hope they do not take Red War off the field in the return of these two veterans. And Fulgham, the way that he was playing the other day, I hope he gets a chance. I like Hightower as well. If we can do so, please just mix up the receivers a little bit. They probably need to do that anyway, because Alshon is not going to have the conditioning that he had, because he hasn't played a game yet. And D-Jax has had some hamstring issues, so they're probably going to limit him. So yeah, mix in those guys, allow those guys to come on the field, do what they got to do. Hopefully we can bring 6 receivers to the game, and have a chance to mix some people in. I'm guessing the 6 receivers would be Hightower, Fulgham, Ward, D-Jax, Alshon. I think I said 5. Alshon, D-Jax, Ward, Hightower, Fulgham. And if Quez is available, Quez Watkins, I would like to see him too. But we'll see with that. But yeah, this is going to be a tough game, and if we come out there looking rough, slow start and all of that, we could get buried really quickly. But I think the defense will come to play. Hopefully the guys are rested up. 3 things that could lean into our favor in the game, just because of everything that's going down, is 1, fans are able to come. It's in Pennsylvania, so we have a much higher chance of Philadelphia fans being able to travel there and kind of cancel out Pittsburgh fan presence and make it like a home game. So we have that going for us. 2, they had the surprise bye week, which threw them off, threw off their schedule, and they really weren't prepared for it because it just came out of nowhere. So we'll see how that impacted them. But having that throw a wrench into your schedule is not fun at all, and could potentially wreck some things for the other team. What was the third thing? I can't even think of the third thing. I had it on my mind earlier. What was the third thing? So I mentioned fans being able to be in the stands. I mentioned the surprise bye week. Oh, the third thing was that Pittsburgh hasn't really played anybody. They played the Giants with Saquon, so let me put that asterisk in there, with Saquon, which isn't saying much because Saquon wasn't able to do as much the last couple of weeks. But just to add a little bit in there, not make you think that it was a one-dimensional game where they didn't have to defend Saquon. They played the Denver Broncos, and then they played the Houston Texans. So it's still the NFL. Anything can happen any given day. You definitely got to be up for every team. But the level of difficulty of teams that they were playing wasn't as difficult in NFL standards. So I believe we have a chance. I believe we haven't seen we don't know whether or not their best is their best or their worst is their worst yet, because they haven't gone up against somebody as difficult. I don't think they've gone up against the pass rush that we have from any team. Denver's missing their pass rush. Giants, I believe their pass rush is okay, but their pass rush hasn't been world beaters. And Houston's pass rush isn't the pass rush it used to be. So, yeah. I think those are the limelight areas in that game, and we'll see what happens. Talk to you guys later. Have a great week.